Well, the Bernard Denture Clinic sustained some damage this morning after a truck struck the side of the building. The driver maneuvered the vehicle onto the sidewalk and struck the corner of the building, ripping into the clinic, exposing drywall and insulation. It's not known what caused the driver to collide into the building. RCMP and EMS attended the scene. No one was injured in the accident, but the truck left more than a polydent in the building. Well, the city of Lloydminster is urging drivers to be cautious when driving in the city after stopping a driver going 91 kilometers per hour over the speed limit in an 80-kilometer-hour zone on Friday. The city says drivers need to be mindful of others during the summer months.
Pedestrians are out. There may be people on bicycles or motorcycles. Children at play. They're playing outside more. So it's just important that we recognize, there's an increased volume.
The driver received a $584 offense notice for driving 171 kilometers per hour. Now, the car was also impounded for 7 days. There have been 3 traffic-related fatalities in the past 12 months in Lloydminster. Well, the votes are in. Lloydminster is Canada's most rider-friendly community after defeating Drumheller in the final round of voting. The final vote count was 10,614 for the border city and 9,242 for Drumheller in what was a come-from-behind victory for Lloyd.
We've got a very active rider community in town, and you see it in the events they do and the charity money they raise. It's not just about actually getting out and enjoying the ride. It's about being a great community member, and I think our rider community in this community is a prime example of that. So I think it's very fitting that we won this competition.
The $35,000 prize money is being used in the tourism sector of the city.
This is Newcap weather with Gerard Lampa.
Welcome to it, everyone. Hope you've enjoyed your day. A bit sunny in the morning. Yes, a bit cool. Made it up to 17 and 19s thereabouts, and then slowly easing off with those scattered on again, off again showers that we've seen during the course of the afternoon there. So mostly cloudy at the moment. 13 is where we're at. Southwest winds at about 8 kilometers per hour. But at times they have been quite sharp. They've been getting into the 30 and sometimes 40K range. These are the spotty showers that have been pushing across the region, and still there's the prospect for a really heavy cell before midnight. We'll see if it materializes. 18 in Cold Lake, 17 in the Battlefords, overcast there as well. And as we open it out, 17 in Edmonton, 18 in Vegreville, St. Paul areas, as well as Lac La Biche, 16 out to Isla Cross, 15 in Green Lake, 12 in Meadow Lake, 13 St. Walburg, 17 Maidstone and the Battlefords, 16 at Provost Macklin, 13 as well for Wainwright. Further south, 21 in Lethbridge, 20 in Calgary, 18 in Coronation, 19 in Kindersley, as well as Regina, and 22 in Moose Jaw. We'll bring more details on the next 24 hours and the next 7 days. We'll have that later in the show.
Still to come, some Winston Churchill students got to learn about transportation safety. That's next. Stay with us.
When you see news happening, let us know. Grab your phone and hit record and become part of the Newcap News team. It could make you $100 richer. If you capture news happening, drop us an email at tvnews@newcap.ca.
Welcome back. Winston Churchill School was host to a rolling rodeo today to help promote safety on bikes, scooters, and other forms of transportation. Our Brett Holden has the story.
Winston Churchill School had some special guests to talk to students about bike safety, as well as safety on other forms of transportation.
Well, not everyone has a parent who's super comfortable riding a bike or knows everything they need to know about bike safety either. So we kind of bring people together that are experienced in that area.
Students learned about brain injuries and how to prevent them. RCMP stressed that kids can learn about bike safety from their parents.
A lot of it is parents. If they see their parents wearing the helmet, they'll wear a helmet. If they see their parents, it's not like, you hit this age and it's not cool to wear a helmet anymore. Like, I was just telling these young guys here and guys and gals here that I wear a helmet. I have children. I wear a helmet when I ride my bicycle. I want my kids to see that I wear a helmet. My wife wears her helmet as well. And it's important that we set an example for our children.
The city of Lloydminster does go by the laws of both Saskatchewan and Alberta. And RCMP say that being wary on what side you're on is important.
The Alberta side, on the age of 16, you have to wear a helmet. Saskatchewan side, it's not required. So it's important, even though we are in Saskatchewan right now, I like to stress that children to wear helmets, even though it's not required by law. I like to stress that it is important to wear the helmets even in Saskatchewan.
And for the students, helmets will be something they will be wearing on their next bike ride.
Teach me that to always wear a helmet, and if you don't wear a helmet, you would your head would have an injury.
Brett Holden, Newcap News.
As technology continues to evolve, it has become more difficult to tell if something is legitimate versus a scam. But the old saying, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is, and it still stands true today. Michaela Henschel has more in this week's edition of Retrospect.
I got sucked into a group that was interested in bringing men and women together, and we lost $500 apiece.
Dolores Ewan has fallen victim to such scams, and this isn't the first time.
I've been contacted also by somebody in Florida offering me a free trip type of thing, and I had already watched on TV how this outfit operates, so I quickly hung up on them.
The Better Business Bureau hopes to give the public the power to fight back through education and awareness.
If an offer sounds too good to be true, they should call the Better Business Bureau and ask the question. We've seen a tremendous number of dollars leave the province of Alberta in the last 3-4 years from telemarketers contacting seniors and telling them they won a big prize.
And today, scams have gone digital, making them a lot more complex and harder to detect.
Now, they're far more sophisticated, whether it be emails, fancy ways to phone your cell phone with hiding the numbers, to very elaborate, complex schemes where there might be different styles of investing, rates of return, and asking for money in return.
With many scams being sent directly to your inbox, it's important to know how to spot any red flags in order to protect yourself.
You can check for spelling, grammar types of issues. You can look for aspects that maybe don't make sense. If somebody's asking you to keep something quiet or private, ask the question why.
And with the majority of Canadians being active on social media, it's important to think about what type of information you're posting, as it could be used against you.
When people post too much information about their private life online, we're definitely seeing that this is becoming a problem. So if you do use social media, whether that's Instagram, Facebook, those types of things, make sure that you keep your personal information private or don't even.
That's all for Retrospect. I'm Michaela Henschel.
Retrospect is brought to you by Webb's Machinery. Webb's Machinery, your New Holland dealer in Vermilion, Bakerville, and Lamont.
Well, we have two older cats to tell you for this seniors edition of Pet Project. Kyla is a 14-year-old feline who's looking for a cuddly companion, and Gussie is an easygoing girl who loves her laser pointer. Here's John from the SPCA.
This week is Seniors Week, and to celebrate, we would like to introduce you to our oldest resident, Kyla. Kyla is a 14-year-old feline, but don't let her age fool you. This girl still has lots of life ahead of her. Like fine wine, Kyla gets better with age. Her sweet demeanor will win you over the minute you meet her. Kyla loves nothing more than to just curl up on your lap and get tons of pets and cuddles. Kyla is the perfect cat if you are looking for a loyal companion who won't ask for much in return. All she needs is a bowl full of food, a warm bed to sleep on, and someone to love her unconditionally. If you think you can give Kyla a perfect home to spend the best years of her life, then she would love to meet you. Stop by the SPCA and say hi to Kyla today. Gussie is a striking tortoiseshell who's full of love. This beautiful girl is one laid-back cat who just adores attention. To Gussie, a stranger is just a friend she hasn't met. Gussie isn't a super high-energy cat. Rather, she prefers to take it easy and sneak in plenty of cat naps. However, she adores playing with a laser pointer. The minute you bring it out, she'll run and play for hours. Whether you are of the cat or human variety, Gussie will quickly form a close bond with you, and you will have a wonderful companion for years to come. So what are you waiting for? Visit the SPCA and meet Gussie today.
This is Newcap Sports.
Well, most sports enthusiasts are familiar with the border city's volleyball scene, but there's a new program that some won't know about, beach volleyball. Now, there aren't many beaches in Lloydminster, but there's a beach courts at Bud Miller Park, and one enthusiastic athlete from the other side of the world is bringing his love of the summer activity to the border city. Lance Phillips has more.
Anyone who knows volleyball in Lloydminster is certainly familiar with the name Matt Peck.
As captain of the Rustlers men's volleyball team, Peck has decided to ingrain himself further in the community by organizing and running a new Rustlers beach volleyball program at the courts in Bud Miller Park. Sunday was the kickoff to what should be a very fun season of beach volleyball for a group of very enthusiastic teens.
It was awesome. That was absolutely amazing. I couldn't have gone any better. It was great for the kids. They were actually better than I thought on the sand. I thought they'd be really having a hard time adjusting to it, but it was lots of fun.
I played volleyball a lot on courts, but just the different aspect of being on the beach is really fun.
Played a lot of volleyball.
The program offers 2 different levels for U15 through U18 athletes who want to play for fun or for those hoping to make an impact at the provincial level.
All right, the water. So any of these athletes can play provincials if they want to. So there's a June program and a provincial program. So they can come and learn to play just for June, or they can go through to provincials as well. So it looks like we'll be sending maybe 10 teams to provincials at the moment, which is going to be absolutely awesome.
A native of Australia, Peck has made his mark at the national and provincial level as part of Australian indoor and beach volleyball. And this year, the second-year Rustler is going to enjoy something he's never done.
This is my first summer here in Canada, and I coached a bunch of my U18 club guys. Originally it was just going to be them, and then Taylor Dyer suggested I maybe do it with the whole group, and I've absolutely loved it. I've loved planning it. I've loved getting to know the kids. It's so good. It's awesome.
As enthusiastic as Peck is about the program, his new students are equally thrilled.
I'm hoping that I learned how to actually play in beach and jump higher and pass better to bring to my court and club. And I hope that I gain some new abilities, like maybe move faster, jump higher.
Back home in Australia, it's absolutely huge there. It's growing in Canada, but I just want them to experience the same experiences I had when I was growing up.
Lance Phillips, Newcap Sports, Lloydminster.
This is Newcap weather with Gerard Lampa.
So we continue to see a few of those scattered showers around there. And the moment we are in one of the clearer areas, there's still the prospect for a really stormy or heavier cell closer to midnight. We'll see yet if it materializes. Let's have a look at the map here going forward, what we're dealing with there. And honestly, it's just the movement of the cloud cover out of the region. Once this is the trace amounts that could track through for areas north of us, but this is all in advance of the next system that's pushing. And the effects of it, we may see maybe on Friday or maybe even by Sunday. We'll see where it goes. And of course, the other feature to note is that increase of the jet stream returning to the area. So some warmer temperatures are definitely on tap too. Speaking of which, well, low 20s, 23 is what we could deal with. 21 out to Laklabish for tomorrow, 23 for Edmonton, 24 in Vegreville, 23 for Wainwright, 24 around Provost and Macklin areas, and off to the northeast, maybe 19 for Isle Cross tomorrow, 22 around Green Lake, Meadow Lake, as well as St. Walburg areas, and 23 at Maidstone and 25 for North Battleford. Let's head across the country, 17 for a mix of sun and cloud in Vancouver, similar skyline in Edmonton for their 17, light showers in Yellowknife, they're sitting at 6, 16 at Whitehorse, 19 in Regina, heading to Winnipeg now, they're up at 26, and we might add Canada's hot spot is Carmen, they up at 28.1. 12 in Toronto, 10 in Quebec, foggy evening on the way in Halifax. It's being recorded at the airport at least, sitting at 6. Showers in St. John's for 5, and on the freezer in Iqaluit sitting at 0. Let's come on back to the prairies, stop off in the Battlefords, 16, cloud cover pushing into the Battlefords and area. 7 in the early hours of tomorrow morning. There could be some clearer areas along the way, but generally cloudy, and then aiming for 25. The day will give forward to a mostly sunny skies, warmer conditions on tap, and winds out of the southwest eventually at about 15 to 30 kilometers per hour. Cold Lake and parts of the Lakeland region sitting at 19, partly sunny to partly cloudy, 7, and some clearer areas as we get closer to morning seemingly possible. Well, maybe in the middle of the night with cloud cover returning, and then 22 as your daytime high, so you'll take that. But there's the prospect of a brief afternoon shower, or maybe one or maybe even 2 of them. We'll see if that develops for parts of the Lakeland, including Cold Lake proper. Well, we're at 13 in Lloydminster and the Midwest region. We could see 7 in the early hours of tomorrow morning. Clear to partly cloudy at times. And then 23, mainly sunny and pleasant, so we'll definitely take that. West and southwest winds 10, 15, maybe 24, 25 kilometers per hour. The odd gust or two could push towards the 30k range. Let's look at the next 7 days then. So 23 Wednesday, 26 Thursday, 27 Friday. There's that question mark about Friday again, similar to what we're seeing at the moment. But then a big 3-0 for Saturday seems to be on tap. Cooling off on Sunday for 19, and Sunday looks like the day we may pick up some showers yet. 16 on Monday and then 18 next Tuesday. So just the next few hours, and I know some folks are hunkering for a good storm, as it were. We'll see if that materializes. The prospect is there closer to midnight. It's hit or miss, to be quite honest with you. Connor, back to you for Agriculture News.